Have you heard of the Trishula? It is a powerful weapon. It is a three-pointed spear. This is no ordinary spear. It belongs to Lord Shiva. He is a powerful god in Hindu mythology. The Trishula is a symbol of Shiva's power. It represents his ability to destroy evil and create good. Many stories and secrets surround the Trishula. The Trishula is a reminder that life is about balance. We must find harmony between opposing forces. The Trishula teaches us about creation, preservation, and destruction. These are all part of life's journey. The Trishula is a Sanskrit word. It means three spears. It is a three-pronged weapon. The Trishula has a long shaft. It ends in three sharp points. These points can pierce through anything. The Trishula is often depicted with a damaru. This is a small two-headed drum. The Trishula is a symbol of Shiva's power. It represents his ability to conquer ignorance. The Trishula is a reminder that we must face our challenges. We must overcome obstacles in our lives. How was the Trishula created? There are many legends. One story connects it to Vishwakarma. He is the divine architect. He made the Trishula from the sun's rays. This gave the Trishula its fiery power. Another story tells of its cosmic origin. The Trishula represents the three fundamental aspects of existence. These are creation, preservation, and destruction. This makes the Trishula a symbol of the universe itself. Each point of the Trishula has a deep meaning. The first point represents creation. It is the energy that brings things into being. The second point represents preservation. It is the force that sustains life. The third point represents destruction. This might sound scary, but it is a necessary part of the cycle. Destruction paves the way for new beginnings. Together, the 3 points show us that life is a balance. Lord Shiva uses the Trishula to fight evil. One famous story is the battle against Tripurasura. This demon had 3 flying cities and, well, he terrorized the world. Shiva used his Trishula to destroy the cities, and he defeated the demon. This story teaches us about Shiva's power. He protects the world from harm and restores balance to the universe. The Trishula also has a deeper meaning. It connects to yoga and spirituality. The 3 points represent the 3 main energy channels in the body. These are called nadis. The central channel is called Sushumna. The other 2 are Ida and Pingala. Kundalini energy lies dormant at the base of the spine. Through yoga, we can awaken this energy. It rises through the Sushumna Nadi. This leads to spiritual enlightenment. You can find the Trishula everywhere in India. It is in temples, sculptures, and paintings. It is often shown held by Shiva or his followers. Sometimes, it is a standalone symbol. The Trishula reminds people of Shiva's presence. He is the destroyer of ignorance and the protector of the universe. The Trishula is not unique to Hinduism. 3-pronged spears appear in many cultures. The Greek god Poseidon carries a trident. So does the Roman god Neptune. In Buddhism, a trident represents the 3 jewels. These are the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. This shows that the power of 3 is a universal concept. Gap 2s. The Trishula holds mysteries that go far beyond its physical form. In many legends, it is said to cut through illusions, revealing the deeper truths of existence. The 3 prongs symbolize not only creation, preservation, and destruction, but also the past, present, and future, reminding us that time itself bows to Shiva. Some stories speak of the Trishula as the key to overcoming ego, ignorance, and attachment. When Shiva wields his trident, it is a call to let go of what binds us and to embrace spiritual awakening. In meditation, visualizing the Trishula can help focus the mind, channeling energy towards self-realization. The Trishula has also inspired countless seekers, artists, and philosophers. Its image is carved into ancient temples and worn as a talisman for protection and clarity. For many, it serves as a daily reminder that true power lies within, waiting to be awakened. Across centuries, the Trishula's mysteries continue to inspire awe and reverence. Its symbolism evolves, yet its message remains timeless. Transformation is possible, and within every ending lies a new beginning. Gap 2s. While the Trishula is revered in grand myths, its presence is also felt in countless regional stories and local folklore, each adding a unique hue to its legend. In the valleys of Himachal Pradesh, villagers tell of a time when the Trishula was planted in the earth by Shiva himself, causing a spring to burst forth, blessing the land with eternal water. In Tamil Nadu, old temple inscriptions speak of a wandering sage who carried a miniature trident, using its points to heal the sick and ward off evil spirits. Gap 1s. In the remote villages of Nepal, elders recount tales where the Trishula appears in dreams, guiding lost travelers home through the mountains. In Bengal, stories are whispered of a fish-shaped trident said to bring rain during times of drought when offered to the river goddess in secret ceremonies. Gap 1s. Even outside India, in Bali, the Trishula, known as the Trisula, is believed to guard temple gates, keeping away negative energies. Each region, each community, weaves its own wisdom into the legend of the trident, transforming it from a divine weapon into a living symbol of hope, protection, and guidance. Gap 1s. These lesser-known stories remind us that the Trishula is not only a part of epic tales, but is also cherished in the everyday lives and dreams of people. Its power and mystery ever present, always evolving. Gap 2s. The legend of the Trishula is not confined to ancient temples or sacred texts. In our modern world, its influence continues to spark creativity and imagination. Artists reinterpret the Trishula in bold murals, digital art, and sculptures, using its three prongs as a symbol of resilience, unity, and spiritual awakening. Gap 1s. In literature, contemporary writers weave the Trishula into fantasy novels and graphic novels, where it becomes a mystical artifact or a hero's talisman, bridging ancient myth with new adventures. Its unmistakable silhouette appears in movie posters, comic books, and even video games, where it stands as a sign of power, balance, or the triumph of good over evil. Gap 1s. The Trishula also finds its way into fashion, jewelry, and tattoos, embraced by young people as a mark of identity, inner strength, or cultural pride. In music videos and stage performances, it is held high as a prop, reminding audiences of its timeless message to face life's complexities with courage and wisdom. Gap 1s. Through these modern expressions, the Trishula remains ever relevant. It connects the ancient with the present, inviting each new generation to discover its meaning and make it their own. Across the diverse landscape of Hindu traditions, the Trishula is more than a mythic symbol. It is an active presence in spiritual practice and ritual. In temples dedicated to Lord Shiva, priests often perform daily abhishekam, or ritual bathing, of the Trishula, using water, milk, and fragrant oils to honor its divine power. During major festivals like Mahashivaratri, devotees carry miniature tridents in processions, chanting mantras that invoke Shiva's blessings for protection and transformation. In some regions, yogis and ascetics known as sadhus carry the Trishula as a sacred staff, signifying their renunciation of worldly attachments and their pursuit of higher consciousness. The three prongs are sometimes decorated with flowers, ash, and sacred threads, each element representing a prayer for spiritual clarity, strength, and balance. For many, meditating upon the Trishula is a way to awaken inner energy. Visualizing the trident's 3 points, practitioners focus on aligning their body, mind, and spirit, seeking to transcend duality and realize the unity at the heart of existence. Whether used in grand temple ceremonies or quiet personal rituals, the Trishula remains a powerful conduit between the devotee and the divine, guiding seekers on their spiritual journey through the timeless wisdom of Shiva. Across the world, legendary weapons have captured the imagination of countless cultures, each one a symbol of divine authority, cosmic power, or the eternal struggle between good and evil. The Trishula, with its 3 prongs, stands alongside other mythic arms like Zeus's thunderbolt in Greek mythology, Thor's hammer Mjolnir from Norse legends, and the Japanese Kusanagi sword. Like Shiva's Trishula, Zeus's thunderbolt is a tool of both creation and destruction, wielded by the king of the gods to maintain cosmic order. Thor's hammer is famed for its protection and power, yet it also returns to its master, echoing the Trishula's association with balance and cyclical renewal. Meanwhile, The Kusanagi sword is a symbol of virtue, courage, and the right to rule, much like the Trishula's embodiment of spiritual sovereignty. Yet, the Trishula is unique in its explicit representation of the threefold nature of existence: creation, preservation, and destruction, while most other mythic weapons focus on a single aspect, such as war, protection, or kingship. The Trishula's presence in meditation, ritual, and daily life sets it apart, transforming it from a mere weapon into a living symbol of spiritual evolution. In comparing these legendary arms, we see that humanity's greatest stories often revolve around the tools that channel divine will and teach us about our own inner power. The Trishula, like its mythic counterparts, reminds us that true strength lies not just in might, but in wisdom, harmony, and the courage to transform. Throughout history, the Trishula has been more than a visual symbol. Its story is deeply woven into the ancient scriptures and texts of India. In the Rig Veda, one of the oldest known texts, the trident appears as a sign of divine authority, wielded by powerful deities to uphold cosmic order. The Mahabharata and Ramayana, epic tales that shape the spiritual and moral fabric of the region, describe the Trishula as Shiva's ultimate weapon, capable of shattering illusions and dispelling evil. In the Shiva Purana, the origin and significance of the Trishula are explored in detail. Here, the weapon is not just an instrument of destruction, but a tool for restoring balance and justice. The three prongs are often interpreted as the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, fundamental qualities that govern the universe and human nature. These texts emphasize that the Trishula is a key to understanding the cycles of birth, life, and death. Across Buddhist scriptures, the trident appears as well, symbolizing the Buddha's mastery over suffering, desire, and ignorance. In Jain texts, the trident motif emerges in the hands of Tirthankaras, representing spiritual victory and transcendence. By tracing the Trishula through these ancient writings, we see how it evolved from a mythic weapon into a profound symbol of spiritual insight and cosmic law. Its presence in these sacred texts underscores its enduring importance, not just as an object of worship, but as a living guide for seekers throughout history. The creation of a Trishula is a journey that blends devotion, skill, and tradition. Across India and beyond, artisans have passed down the secrets of Trishula making for generations. Every trident begins as raw metal, often iron, bronze, or copper, chosen for its strength and symbolic resonance. Craftsmen heat the metal in roaring forges, shaping each prong with practiced precision. The 3 points must be perfectly balanced, representing the unity of creation, preservation, and destruction. Hammers and chisels echo through small workshops as intricate designs are etched onto the shaft and head, some adorned with motifs of serpents or sacred mantras. In certain regions, the process is accompanied by rituals and prayers, infusing each Trishula with spiritual energy before it leaves the artisan's hands. Some Trishulas are simple and functional, destined for temple altars or processions. Others are ornate masterpieces, inlaid with silver or gold, reflecting the artistic heritage of their makers. The making of a Trishula is more than metallurgy, it is an act of reverence. Each finished piece carries not only the weight of metal, but the hopes, faith, and artistry of those who forged it. Through their craftsmanship, these artisans ensure that the legacy of the Trishula continues to shine, both as a sacred symbol and a work of living art. Across India, the Trishula takes center stage in vibrant festivals, grand processions, and sacred temple ceremonies. During Mahashivaratri, temples are adorned with countless tridents, each one shimmering in candlelight as devotees gather to honor Lord Shiva. Priests carry the Trishula in elaborate rituals, using it to bless offerings and sanctify the space. In many regions, processions wind through crowded streets with devotees carrying large decorated tridents on their shoulders, some even walking barefoot as a sign of devotion. During annual temple festivals in places like Varanasi, Tamil Nadu, and Nepal, the Trishula becomes a focal point of celebration. Artisans craft special ceremonial tridents, often towering several meters high, which are paraded alongside idols of Shiva. The air fills with the sound of drums chanting and the clanging of bells as the community comes together in spiritual unity. In some traditions, devotees participate in symbolic rituals, placing miniature tridents in rivers or at the base of sacred trees, seeking Shiva's protection and blessings. The Trishula is also used to mark special moments, such as the consecration of a new temple or the start of an auspicious event, serving as a bridge between the divine and the everyday. In these festivals and ceremonies, the Trishula is not just remembered, but experienced. It becomes a living symbol binding communities in shared devotion and reminding all who witness its presence of the enduring power of faith, tradition, and transformation. Across the world, countless devotees carry the Trishula not just in their hands, but in their hearts. For some, it is a cherished family heirloom passed down through generations, a symbol of protection and guidance. Others recall moments of personal transformation when offering a small trident at a temple brought comfort during times of uncertainty. In the quiet dawn of Varanasi, a young pilgrim places a brass trident beside the Ganges, whispering a prayer for her family's well-being. In a bustling Chennai neighborhood, an artisan shares how crafting ceremonial Trishulas has become his life's calling, each piece a tribute to Lord Shiva's enduring power. A mother in Nepal recounts how the Trishula pendant she wears gave her strength through hardship, reminding her of Shiva's promise to destroy obstacles and nurture hope. For a group of friends in Mumbai, carrying the Trishula during a festival procession is an act of unity, an annual ritual that deepens their bond and renews their faith. These stories, spoken in many tongues and lived in countless ways, reveal the deeply personal connection people feel with the Trishula. Through devotion, artistry, and everyday acts of faith, the Trishula becomes more than a symbol. It becomes a source of resilience, transformation, and inspiration in the lives of those who honor it. As the world continues to change, the Trishula remains a timeless beacon, its three prongs pointing not only to the past, but also to the future. In an era where traditions evolve and new generations seek meaning, the Trishula stands as a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern life. Its symbolism of balance, transformation, and resilience continues to inspire spiritual seekers, artists, and communities across the globe. From meditation circles in bustling cities to cultural festivals in remote villages, the Trishula's presence endures, adapting to contemporary expressions while holding fast to its sacred roots. Spiritual leaders incorporate its teachings into practices of mindfulness and self-discovery, encouraging individuals to overcome obstacles and embrace change with courage. Artists and creators draw upon the Trishula's imagery, weaving its motifs into music, literature, and visual art, ensuring its relevance for generations to come. In classrooms, temples, and homes, the story of the Trishula is retold, inviting reflection on how its message can guide us through life's challenges. As humanity faces new uncertainties, the Trishula's legacy reminds us to seek harmony, foster resilience, and honor the cycles of creation and renewal. In this way, the Trishula is not just a relic of the past, but a living symbol, one that continues to illuminate the path forward for all who seek its wisdom. As we step further into the digital era, the Trishula finds new life across virtual landscapes, social media platforms, online art galleries, and digital storytelling spaces become fresh canvases for its ancient symbolism. Young artists and spiritual influencers reinterpret the Trishula through digital art, animations, and even virtual reality experiences, reaching audiences far beyond traditional boundaries. Educational apps and interactive media introduce the Trishula's stories to a global generation, blending technology with timeless wisdom. In online communities, people share personal journeys and creative projects inspired by the Trishula, forging connections that transcend geography and culture. The digital world, once seen as separate from the sacred, now becomes a modern temple, where the Trishula's message of balance, resilience, and transformation continues to inspire and unite. This is the unfolding next chapter of the Trishula, a testament to its enduring power to adapt, evolve, and guide us, even in the age of pixels and code. As the Trishula's story echoes across centuries, it continues to touch lives in unexpected ways. From bustling cities to remote villages, people from all walks of life reflect on what the Trishula means to them today. In interviews and heartfelt testimonials, devotees, scholars, and everyday individuals share their personal connections. Stories of resilience, transformation, and hope inspired by the three-pronged symbol. Some see it as a guiding force through life's challenges, while others cherish it as a source of creative energy or spiritual awakening. Across continents, artists reinterpret the Trishula through dance, music, and poetry. Teachers and parents pass down its wisdom to the next generation, weaving its lessons into daily life. Even those who encounter the Trishula for the first time, through a digital image or a festival procession, find themselves drawn to its message of balance and unity. In this chapter, we pause to listen to these diverse voices. Each story, each reflection adds another thread to the rich tapestry of the Trishula's legacy, reminding us that its power is not only in myth and ritual, but in the hearts and minds of people everywhere. Even as we celebrate the Trishula's profound impact and enduring legacy, countless questions still linger in its shadow. What secrets remain hidden within its ancient origins? How have interpretations of its power changed with time and across cultures? Scholars continue to debate the true meanings behind its three prongs. Spiritual seekers ponder the deeper mysteries of its energy. Artisans and historians search for lost techniques and forgotten stories tied to its creation. In remote temples and bustling cities, new stories continue to emerge. Some whispered in prayer, others uncovered in dusty manuscripts or digital archives. Each discovery fuels fresh curiosity and wonder. The Trishula invites us to keep asking, exploring, and seeking. Its mysteries are not meant to be solved, but to inspire us to look deeper, within ourselves and the world around us. As we move forward, the unanswered questions surrounding the Trishula remind us that some symbols are meant to be lived, not fully understood. The journey of discovery continues, and the Trishula's story is far from over. As our exploration of the Trishula draws to a close, we turn the focus to you, the viewer. What thoughts, questions, or stories has the Trishula awakened within you? Perhaps you've encountered its symbol in unexpected places, or maybe its mysteries resonate with your own spiritual journey. The conversation around the Trishula is far from finished, and your voice is an essential part of this ongoing story. We invite you to share your reflections, insights, or even unanswered questions in the comments below. How do you interpret the Trishula's symbolism in your life or culture? Have you witnessed its influence in art, rituals, or personal experiences? Your perspective adds a new thread to the tapestry of its legend. Together, let's keep the dialogue alive, exploring, questioning, and celebrating the enduring power of the Trishula. Your curiosity and engagement ensure that this ancient symbol continues to inspire new meanings for generations to come. As our story nears its close, we pause for a moment to acknowledge that the journey of the Trishula is far from over. Across centuries and continents, its meaning has evolved, adapting to new eras and fresh interpretations. Today, the Trishula stands not just as a relic of the past, but as a living symbol, one that continues to inspire seekers, artists, and thinkers around the world. In every era, new questions arise and fresh stories emerge. The legend of the Trishula is still being written, shaped by each person who discovers its power and mystery. Whether you encounter the Trishula in art, meditation, or conversation, remember, you are part of its ongoing journey. So as we prepare to close this chapter, let us carry forward the spirit of curiosity and reverence. The Trishula's story is still unfolding, and with each new voice, its legacy grows ever stronger. Where will the Trishula's path lead next? Only time and your imagination will tell. As the torch of tradition passes from one generation to the next, the Trishula finds new life in the hearts of today's youth. Young artists reimagine its form through digital art. Musicians weave its rhythm into fusion melodies, and storytellers breathe fresh meaning into ancient tales. In classrooms and communities, the Trishula sparks conversations about heritage, identity, and the search for deeper truths. For many, it becomes a bridge, connecting the wisdom of the past to the dreams of the future. Each new interpretation keeps the Trishula alive, ensuring that its power remains relevant and inspiring in a rapidly changing world. The next generation holds the Trishula not just as a symbol, but as a guiding light for their own journeys. Scene 25. The Trishula in Global Dialogues. Emotion 3 music, world fusion, thoughtful, subtle percussion. Across borders and cultures, the Trishula has become a topic of global dialogue. Scholars compare it with other symbols of transformation, while spiritual seekers from diverse backgrounds find resonance in its message of unity and balance. In international festivals and art exhibitions, the Trishula stands as a reminder that the search for meaning transcends language and geography. As the world grows more interconnected, the Trishula's story is enriched by new voices, each adding a unique perspective to this ancient emblem. Scene 26. The Trishula and Contemporary Spirituality. Emotion 4. Music serene, meditative, soft electronic. In today's world, where spirituality often blends tradition with innovation, the Trishula has found a renewed place in meditation, yoga, and wellness practices. Its three prongs are seen as tools for self-discovery, helping practitioners balance mind, body, and spirit. Workshops and retreats use the Trishula as a focal point for personal transformation, encouraging participants to embrace change and seek inner harmony. This ancient symbol continues to guide modern seekers on their quest for peace and enlightenment. Scene 27. The Trishula in social change and activism. Emotion 5. Music inspirational, empowering, hopeful beyond temples and texts. The Trishula is now a symbol for those striving for social change.
Ignore the science as well as the screams of their own children are the most affected people. All this while many environmental activists.
Its message of balance and transformation resonates with movements seeking a better world, reminding us that true power lies not in force, but in the courage to stand up for what is right. The Trishula, once a weapon of the gods, now empowers everyday heroes to shape the future. Scene 28. The Trishula, imagining tomorrow. Emotion 5. Music futuristic, uplifting, cinematic. As we look to the horizon, the Trishula invites us to imagine new possibilities. What stories will future generations tell? How will artists, thinkers, and dreamers reimagine its meaning? Perhaps the Trishula will inspire innovations in technology, new forms of creative expression, or a deeper understanding of our shared humanity. Its enduring legacy is not just in what it has been, but in what it can become, a symbol of hope, transformation, and infinite potential. The Trishula's journey is far from over, and its future is as boundless as our imagination. Across borders and cultures, the Trishula has become a topic of global dialogue. Scholars compare it with other symbols of transformation, while spiritual seekers from diverse backgrounds find resonance in its message of unity and balance. In international festivals and art exhibitions, the Trishula stands as a reminder that the search for meaning transcends language and geography. As the world grows more interconnected, the Trishula's story is enriched by new voices, each adding a unique perspective to this ancient emblem. Scene 27. The Trishula and the Cosmic Dance. Emotion 4. Music, mystical, rhythmic, ethereal in the mythic dance of Shiva, Nataraja. The Trishula is more than a weapon. It becomes an instrument of universal rhythm. Every beat of the cosmic drum, every movement of the divine dance is mirrored in the threefold symbolism of the Trishula. Creation, preservation, and destruction are not separate events, but steps in an eternal cycle. For many, meditating on the Trishula within Shiva's dance offers insights into the interconnectedness of all existence. Scene 28. The Trishula and the Feminine Divine Emotion. 3. Music, serene, devotional, gentle strings. While often associated with Shiva, the Trishula also holds deep connections to the feminine divine. In various traditions, goddesses like Durga and Kali wield the trident, symbolizing empowerment, protection, and the fierce energy of transformation. The Trishula thus becomes a bridge, uniting masculine and feminine energies and reminding devotees of the balance necessary for spiritual growth. Scene 29. The Trishula in Environmental Wisdom. Emotion 4. Music earthy, natural, uplifting. Some modern interpreters see the Trishula as a symbol for environmental harmony. Its three prongs represent the delicate balance between humanity, nature, and the divine. Activists and thinkers use the Trishula to inspire ecological awareness and responsible stewardship of the earth, urging us to restore harmony where imbalance threatens our planet's future. Scene 30. The Trishula in Healing and Wellness Emotion. 4. Music, soothing, meditative, ambient beyond its mythic roots. The Trishula now features in holistic wellness practices. Yoga instructors and healers use its imagery to focus energy, balance chakras, and guide meditation. For many, Visualizing the Trishula during practice is a pathway to inner healing, self-discovery, and the release of negative patterns, a testament to its timeless relevance. Scene 31. The Trishula and the Power of Storytelling Emotion. 3. Music, cinematic, narrative, light orchestral. From ancient oral traditions to contemporary graphic novels, the Trishula's story has been retold in countless forms. Each retelling breathes new life into the symbol, adapting its meaning to suit the needs and dreams of every era. Storytellers across the world continue to use the Trishula as a motif for transformation, courage, and the search for truth. Scene 32. The Trishula in Social Change and Activism. Emotion 5. Music, inspirational, empowering, hopeful beyond temples and texts. The Trishula is now a symbol for those striving for social change. Activists and community leaders invoke its power to challenge injustice, promote equality, and inspire collective action. Its message of balance and transformation resonates with movements seeking a better world, reminding us that true power lies not in force, but in the courage to stand up for what is right. The Trishula, once a weapon of the gods, now empowers everyday heroes to shape the future. Scene 33. The Trishula, imagining tomorrow. Emotion 5. Music, futuristic, uplifting, cinematic. As we look to the horizon, the Trishula invites us to imagine new possibilities. What stories will future generations tell? How will artists, thinkers, and dreamers reimagine its meaning? Perhaps the Trishula will inspire innovations in technology, new forms of creative expression, or a deeper understanding of our shared humanity. Its enduring legacy is not just in what it has been, but in what it can become, a symbol of hope, transformation, and infinite potential. The Trishula's journey is far from over, and its future is as boundless as our imagination. Scene 34. The Trishula in Interfaith Conversations. Emotion 3. Music, contemplative, cross-cultural, gentle piano. In an age of dialogue between faiths, the Trishula often emerges as a point of connection. Its themes of unity, balance, and transformation resonate with symbols in Buddhism, Christianity, and other spiritual traditions. Interfaith gatherings use the Trishula as a starting point for deeper understanding, showing that the search for the sacred is a journey shared across the human family. Scene 35. The Trishula and Digital Creativity Emotion. 4. Music, modern, upbeat, electronic acoustic blend. With the rise of digital media, the Trishula has found new life online. Artists remix its form in virtual galleries, gamers encounter it as a mystical artifact, and influencers use it as a logo for personal transformation. The digital age allows the Trishula to reach new audiences, ensuring that its message continues to inspire in unexpected and innovative ways. Scene 36. The Trishula, unanswered questions and ongoing mysteries. Emotion 4. Music, mysterious, ambient, subtle strings. For all that we know about the Trishula, mysteries remain. What are the true origins of its design? How has its meaning shifted over millennia? Each new discovery raises fresh questions, inviting seekers and scholars alike to delve deeper. The Trishula's enduring enigma is a reminder that some symbols are meant not just to be understood, but to be experienced, a gateway to the unknown and a prompt for our own journeys of discovery. As spiritual practices evolve, the Trishula finds a new place in the realm of meditation and mindfulness. Practitioners visualize the 3 prongs as pathways to clarity, focus, and inner peace. Guided meditations often use the Trishula to help seekers cut through distraction, harmonize their thoughts, and awaken deeper consciousness. In silent retreats and yoga studios, its form becomes a focal point, reminding us to balance our mind, body, and spirit with every breath. Through this ancient symbol, a modern audience discovers timeless wisdom. The journey inward is as powerful as any outward quest, and the Trishula is both guide and guardian along the way. Scene 27. The Trishula and the Cosmic Dance. Emotion. 4. Music, mystical, rhythmic, ethereal. In the mythic dance of Shiva Nataraja, the Trishula is more than a weapon. It becomes an instrument of universal rhythm. Every beat of the cosmic drum, every movement of the divine dance, is mirrored in the threefold symbolism of the Trishula. Creation, preservation, and destruction are not separate events, but steps in an eternal cycle. For many, Meditating on the Trishula within Shiva's dance offers insights into the interconnectedness of all existence. Scene 28. The Trishula and the feminine divine emotion. 3. Music serene, devotional, gentle strings. While often associated with Shiva, the Trishula also holds deep connections to the feminine divine. In various traditions, goddesses like Durga and Kali wield the trident, symbolizing empowerment, protection, and the fierce energy of transformation. The Trishula thus becomes a bridge, uniting masculine and feminine energies and reminding devotees of the balance necessary for spiritual growth. Scene 29. The Trishula in environmental wisdom. Emotion, 4. Music, earthy, natural, uplifting. Some modern interpreters see the Trishula as a symbol for environmental harmony. Its 3 prongs represent the delicate balance between humanity, nature, and the divine. Activists and thinkers use the Trishula to inspire ecological awareness and responsible stewardship of the earth, urging us to restore harmony, where imbalance threatens our planet's future. Scene 30. The Trishula in healing and wellness emotion. 4. Music, soothing, meditative, ambient. Beyond its mythic roots, the Trishula now features in holistic wellness practices. Yoga instructors and healers use its imagery to focus energy, balance chakras, and guide meditation. For many, visualizing the Trishula during practice is a pathway to inner healing, self-discovery, and the release of negative patterns, a testament to its timeless relevance. Scene 31. The Trishula and the power of storytelling. Emotion, 3. Music, cinematic, narrative, light orchestra. From ancient oral traditions to contemporary graphic novels, the Trishula's story has been retold in countless forms. Each retelling breathes new life into the symbol, adapting its meaning to suit the needs and dreams of every viewer. Storytellers across the world continue to use the Trishula as a motif for transformation, courage, and the search for truth. Scene 32. The Trishula in social change and activism. Emotion, 5. Music, inspiration, empowering, hopeful beyond temples and texts. The Trishula is now a symbol for those striving for social change.
Ignore the science as well as the screams of their own children are the most affected people. All this while many environmental activists.
Its message of balance and transformation resonates with movements seeking a better world, reminding us that true power is not in force, but in the courage to stand up for what's right. The Trishula, once a weapon of the gods, now empowers everyday heroes to shape the future. Scene 33. The Trishula, imagining tomorrow. Emotion, 5. Music, futuristic, uplifting, cinematic. As we look to the horizon, the Trishula invites us to imagine new possibilities. What stories will future generations tell? How will artists, thinkers, and dreamers reimagine its meaning? Perhaps the Trishula will inspire innovations in technology, new forms of creative expression, or a deeper understanding of our shared humanity. Its enduring legacy is not just in what it has been, but in what it can become, a symbol of hope, transformation, and infinite potential. The Trishula's journey is far from over, and its future is as boundless as our imagination. Scene 34. The Trishula in interfaith conversations. Emotion, 3. Music, contemplative, cross-cultural, gentle piano. In an age of dialogue between faiths, the Trishula often emerges as a point of connection. Its themes of unity, balance, and transformation resonate with symbols in Buddhism, Christianity, and other spiritual traditions. Interfaith gatherings use the Trishula as a starting point for deeper understanding, showing that the search for the sacred is a journey shared across the human family. Scene 35. The Trishula and digital creativity. Emotion, 4. Music, modern, upbeat, electronic acoustic blend. With the rise of digital media, the Trishula has found new life online. Artists remix its form in virtual galleries, gamers encounter it as a mystical artifact, and influencers use it as a logo for personal transformation. The digital age allows the Trishula to reach new audiences, ensuring that its message continues to inspire in unexpected and innovative ways. Scene 36. The Trishula, unanswered questions and ongoing mysteries. Emotion, 4. Music, mysterious, ambient, subtle strings. For all that we know about the Trishula, mysteries remain. What are the true origins of its design? How has its meaning shifted over millennia? Each new discovery raises fresh questions, inviting seekers and scholars alike to delve deeper. The Trishula's enduring enigma is a reminder that some symbols are meant not just to be understood, but to be experienced, a gateway to the unknown and a prompt for our own journeys of discovery. Scene 37, the Trishula as a symbol of resilience, emotion 5. Music uplifting, cinematic, empowering throughout history, the Trishula has stood as a beacon of resilience. In times of adversity, its image has inspired individuals and communities to rise above challenges, to transform hardship into strength. Whether facing personal struggles or collective crises, the Trishula's threefold power reminds us that we too can overcome, rebuild, and thrive. Scene 38, the Trishula in popular culture and media. Emotion 3, music dynamic, contemporary, cinematic. From blockbuster films to graphic novels and animation, the Trishula continues to capture the imagination of storytellers around the globe. Its presence in popular culture introduces new audiences to its ancient symbolism, sparking curiosity and dialogue. Each creative adaptation adds another layer to the Trishula's myth, proving that its story is ever-evolving and endlessly fascinating. Scene 39, the Trishula in personal transformation, emotion 4. Music reflective, inspirational, gentle piano. For many, the Trishula is more than a symbol, it's a catalyst for personal transformation. Spiritual seekers meditate on its form to break old patterns, embrace new beginnings, and find balance within themselves. The journey of the Trishula becomes a mirror for our own growth, a reminder that transformation is both a challenge and a gift, guiding us toward our highest potential. Scene 40, the Trishula and the children's imagination. Emotion 4, music playful, enchanting, uplifting. In classrooms and children's books, the Trishula sparks the imagination of young minds. Stories of Shiva and his trident teach lessons of courage, kindness, and the importance of balance. Through art projects and interactive learning, a new generation discovers the magic and wisdom of the Trishula, ensuring its legacy will continue to inspire for centuries to come. The Trishula is more than just a weapon. It is a symbol of balance, power, and wisdom. It reminds us that life has three aspects: creation, preservation, and destruction. We need to find harmony between these forces. This is how we achieve true strength and enlightenment. The Trishula inspires us to face our challenges. It tells us to embrace change and transformation. These are all part of life's journey.